And I talked about my Caucasian neighbor that I used to live across from, for at least a few years. He was in Haiti for 10 years, and he did study voodoo. But I'm telling you, it's not for everybody. I'm telling you right now, it's not for everybody. I know it says, it's just like another religion, it's just like, having different belief, like how you believe in God and then they believe in spirits and stuff like that. But I am telling you right now, it's not for everybody. Just like you can be accepted, you can actually be denied.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I have another story for you guys. Unfortunately, this is not a happy story. This is a very sad story. Unfortunately, this lady lost her life. She was on a trip. Well, first of all, her name is Danajackson. She is from North Carolina, and she was 51 years old. She went on a trip to Haiti to be initiated as a Mambo priest. Now, I know in the news they're saying that she went on a retreat, a spiritual retreat to Haiti, which is not entirely true. She actually went down there to be initiated as a Mambo priest. It was a part of her initiation. And although she did complete her initiation, she unfortunately passed away. Now, according to the article and according to her son, who's been speaking out about the death of his mother and the mysterious of it all behind the death of his mother, he said that she was supposed to go down there July 1st, and she was supposed to return back to the States July 24th, and unfortunately she passed away before she can do so. He actually lost contact with her. How they were able to communicate was through WhatsApp, and she was supposed to contact him on the 24th. I'm sorry, she was supposed to contact him on the 21st of July, but unfortunately he was not able to get any contact from her, and he was told that his mom had passed away. And for several weeks they were not able to get any real information as to what happened to his mom, nor was he able to retrieve her body. But he was able to get a death certificate. But according to him, he feels that the death certificate was a fake. The way that it was written and the way that it was presented to him, he feels like it wasn't a legit death certificate, and he wants answers. Now, I'm going to just say at the top of this video that I don't know much about voodoo. I do have a cousin that is a voodoo priest. I was dealing with someone at some point who at the time was being initiated as a voodoo priest. And I know people that have been to Haiti, even in recent years, and who are into voodoo, and some who are not into voodoo, some who are from Haiti, it's the island itself. They do not practice voodoo. And so because I'm very limited on my education when it comes to voodoo, I am going to be sharing clips to help drive this story home, because there's been a lot of misconceptions and a lot of people making up stories to kind of sensationalize this story, to basically try to demonize voodooism. Voodoo is a religion. Voodoo is a culture. Haitian voodoo, and particularly, is a religion. And I am a Christian. I am a practicing Christian, and I personally feel like Christianity is the most disrespected religion in the world. And so I don't want to present this story demonizing voodooism, nor do I want to say the wrong thing to offend anyone that may practice voodoo. But I definitely want to share this lady's story, because this type of situation has happened often. But I feel like there's a lot of, like I said, we're unfortunately we are limited with information as to what exactly happened to her. Her son did not mention anything about her having any type of underlying health issues, although he did say that if she was ever under any distress as far as her health, she is the type that would go to a hospital. Now, as you guys know, Haiti is a third world country. Haiti is nothing like how it is here in the States. Although Haiti is a beautiful, island, Haiti is a beautiful country. And all of Haiti, and another thing I want to clear up too, all of Haiti is not, it's not bad. And all of Haiti is not over, it's not ran by, gangs and all this other stuff that people are saying, on the news and in social media. That is not true. All of Haiti is not bad. Everybody in Haiti do not practice voodoo. As a matter of fact, they say that as many as 50% of people from Haiti are actually Christians and Catholics. But there are many who do practice voodoo, and voodoo is a very vast religion. Just like in Christianity, we have God and we have, the devil, and we have angels and demons. They believe in spirits, and there's good and bad, good and evil in everything, including voodoo. But I do want to share these clips. Shout out to everyone that is featured in this video. I will be putting the link to their profiles. So if you guys want to check them out and get more information, definitely support them and let them know that Lucky sent you, okay? But let's get into these clips of the story about Dana Jackson. I do want to send my condolences to her family, specifically to her son. I'm very close to my mom, so I can only imagine how he may feel, during this time of this difficult time that he's going through. And I do hope that he's get the answers that he is seeking. But I also want to say too that let this be a cautionary tale for anyone that is looking to practice an ATR or practice anything, or get into any type of religion. You have to be careful of the company you keep. You have to be very, very intentional and very careful of what you get into. Just like the young man said at the top of this video, voodoo is not for everyone. Certain ATR is not for everyone. Voodoo is a very closed practice, and it's a closed practice for a reason. And I just want to really put that out there because I don't want people to think that voodoo is something that you can just get up and practice. Like it's a very closed practice. It's a sacred practice that should be respected. Even if you don't understand it, even if you don't believe in it, it still exists. It's very real, and it's definitely something that you shouldn't play with. But let's get into the clips.
Well, tonight we're learning more about a Charlotte woman who died while on a voodoo spiritual retreat in Haiti. Her son says Dana Jackson went down to Haiti on July 1st and was supposed to return on July 26th. But that never happened. WCNC Charlotte's Austin Walker joining me in the studio tonight. In Austin, the Sun tells you things aren't adding up here.
Yeah, that's right. This is the last text that Timothy Jackson received from his mother. That was on July 12th. He was supposed to hear from her 9 days after on the 21st. But Timothy says that's what he's being told right now about what happened, how, when. It's all not adding up. It's a trip Timothy Jackson was hesitant to support.
Truthful, honest answer, I was a little uneasy.
His mom, Dana Jackson, had been researching voodoo spiritual practices for over 4 years.
She felt called to do voodoo.
And she wanted to take the next step, becoming a priestess, signing on for a spiritual retreat to Haiti. Flying from Charlotte to Miami and then into Haiti.
She was going down there. She went down there on July 1st.
With her son worried about the political unrest and intense climate on the island, they agreed they'd stay in contact as much as possible.
We talked, and she told me she was fine and she was okay. Once they actually got to their location, she would talk to me. We would text, even if it was once a day.
Screenshots from the app WhatsApp showing she made it there on July 1st.
So our last last text I received from her was on July the 12th. She let me know that they were going to church the following day to pray for her. I knew that this last part of this ceremony, she wouldn't be able to talk, or she wouldn't have access to her phone, which I had did a little bit of research before and after, and that's kind of common.
But she assured him she'd message him on the 21st.
On the 21st, I waited, and then on the 22nd, it's like I had an eerie feeling. When I woke up, I checked my phone, and I didn't have any messages in WhatsApp.
On July 22nd, Timothy received a call from his grandfather saying his mother had died.
I pulled up her itinerary and I called, the lady in charge, Mambo Maud, but I asked her, what happened. And, they kind of asked me, well, how much did I know?
He says the woman told him his mother completed the ceremony but got sick. She had strokes and seizures. But later, the story changes, and he was told she had an asthma attack.
The way that my mom takes her health serious, if she would have had an asthma attack, she would have tried to see if she could have went to someone's hospital.
The death certificate came weeks later, and Timothy says it had additional red flags.
And it doesn't even look like it was written with like a decent pen. So like the ink was running out.
It shows Dana's time of death at 6:30 in the morning on July 22nd, but doesn't list a cause of death. He also couldn't get any confirmation where her body was and learned from Haitian officials she had been moved 3 times.
We were not even getting any clear information.
I reached out to Mambo Maud and left a message trying to get more clarity on the timeline, but did not hear back.
I feel like they manipulated and lied to my mom, and then I feel like they're doing the same thing to me, and that's why I can't be quiet about it any longer.
A lot of unanswered questions right there, but what are the next steps? Trying to get more concrete information. So when an American dies on foreign soil, the U.S. Embassy steps in, and officials there tell Timothy they are working right now to get her body. Colin?
What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Austin, thank you.
She said, hey, we're going to church tomorrow. And then she said, we're going in for this last piece. Pray for us.
He was supposed to hear back from his mom on July 21st.
I did not hear from her. And then I received a phone call on the 22nd stating that my mother had passed away. I just lost it at work. That's my best friend. I lost it. There's nothing else to say. I lost it.
His mother's cause of death has been a mystery.
I was told that, my mom got sick. There was mention of like a stroke and then a heart attack and some seizures.
He says the only thing they've received so far is this death certificate.
To be honest, it just looks, it's in Haitian Creole. Anybody could have filled this out and given us this.
Timothy says he wants closure, but he can't have it without the truth.
I've been told so many stories of what happened and what transpired. Just trying to figure out what's the truth. What's the truth so that we can start healing.
I spoke to Dana's father this afternoon. He says her body is scheduled to return to the States this Friday. Dana's son started a GoFundMe link to help with the funeral costs and to conduct a private autopsy. If you wish to donate to this family, we have their GoFundMe linked over on our website. I'm reporting live in North Charlotte. Amelia White, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Yes, our hearts go out to the family. We hope they finally get the details that they've been waiting for. Amelia, thank you.
Have you guys heard about the story about Dana Jackson? She went on a spiritual retreat in Haiti and never came back. Her son is now claiming that she has been unalived there, but there is no physical proof of her being unalived. So this is me coming to you guys and letting you know spirituality has grown a lot. And as you guys know, in my last few videos, when I told y'all I was led to watch the Cullen on American Horror Story and how things played out. It's like a lot of spiritualists don't really like to come out and say that they are spiritualists because of the things that happened back then when people came out and said that they had a gift or had some type of spiritual consolation with the spiritual realm. They would either get lunch, they would either get stoned, put in a crazy house, all kind of stuff was going on back in those days. So now you guys have to understand that now there's a lot of people that's claiming to be spiritual, and you don't know people's intentions, you don't know their motives. You just trusting these people with your energy. You have to look at your energy just like as a hospital. If you see a doctor unalive a few patients, you're not going to go over there. If you hear about an outbreak, you're just not going to go over there. You're going to check first. So you need to do the same thing with the spiritualists as well, because not all of them mean well. They have a lot of tricksters energy, trickster spirits that be inside of other beings pretending to be this, and they really not. So you have to understand. Now I'm telling you guys, overstand. You can't just go and do no spiritual retreats with people and just let anyone read your cards or read your palms. It's like, it's critical that you know the person. Don't just, and then even get to know them physically, get a relationship with them. And it's like, know what you're dealing with. Just know what you're dealing with. This could have been avoided. I do feel like she went into a pit of energy vampires. I'm gonna just say it like it is. She went to a pit of energy vampires, and you have to understand that those are those people that been here prior, that was real live root workers and in like the real powerful beings. They know how to transition and shape shift through people. They know how to recycle souls. They know all this. Okay, so we have to be mindful. We are a spirit. So if your spirit leaves your body, what is there?
A voodoo ritual and a mysterious death. A Charlotte woman went to Haiti.
Go and watch that video and come right back. All right, now that you've watched it, let's talk about it. I have 3 questions that are very important to this incident. Number 1, what is a Haitian voodoo retreat? Number 2, why was she going on this retreat? Was it for initiation, or was it just to experience voodoo in a fun and safe manner? And question number 3, was divination done to determine if she needed to be initiated or not? Question number 1 is important because a retreat is something that you go on to experience something in a fun and safe manner. It's all inclusive and allows anybody to come and experience it as long as they're willing and able to pay for it. An initiation is a closed process. It's something that you do because you were chosen by spirits within a specific African or diasporan tradition that requires you to go through special processes to be able to work on behalf of these spirits. It is not all inclusive. It is very private, and it's closed to protect the community from getting harmed by any of these processes. So basically, if she was going for an initiation, it shouldn't have been with a group that was an all-inclusive, anybody can do this type of situation. That's a huge red flag. Question number 2, why is she going on this retreat? Was it to be initiated, or was it just to experience voodoo in her own way, fun, safe way? And from the news report, it sounds like she was going to get initiated to be a mambo or a priestess in Haitian voodoo. I'm not sure how this was determined, because there is a process to determine if you are to be a priestess or not. We don't know if that was done. So it's concerning to hear from the news report that she was going on this retreat for an initiation process that, again, is a process that is closed and not all inclusive. And why was she going on a retreat-like trip to do that? If she was going on the trip for the fun and experience of voodoo, that would be one thing, but because she was not, this is a huge red flag. Question number 3, was a divination done to determine if she's even called to be a priestess? This is very important, because if a divination was not done to determine that she was chosen by these spirits called the Loa, if she was not chosen by the Loa to do work on their behalf, she is in danger of offending these spirits and causing her own demise if she goes down this process, and it was not for her to do that. The people that she was working with should know this and have done a divination to make sure that she was allowed to go through these processes. And to me, it sounds like none of this was done because of how the story is ending. To any of us who have been initiated into any African spiritual tradition, these three things were all red flags to us hearing this story. And so I wanted to take the time to come and explain it to those who don't know that there are processes to these practices. People are going to say, oh, she went over there playing with evil and got herself killed. That's not correct. That's very inaccurate information. There's a good and a bad to all religions on this planet. Christianity has Christianity, and then they also have Satanists and the devil. That's their bad side. These traditions have the same thing. Just because we're working with spirits does not make it evil, does not make it bad. That is a Christian belief, and that's your right to have that, but that is not accurate information. The reason why this person may have lost their life is that she was potentially targeted by groups who were being greedy and just wanted her money. They were playing around with processes they're not allowed to play with, and again, were being greedy and wanted money and decided to trick people into coming on these trips for the process of getting that money. Essentially, that's what it sounds like to me, that this would be considered like a botched initiation where inexperienced people did your initiation process and it led in someone's demise, or it was kind of a scam type of thing and something else happened, like maybe she had a heart incident, maybe they were faking like they were doing real initiation stuff and gave her something that was poisonous and could have done something. We won't fully know because we don't have all the details. But I wanted to explain why those of us who have been initiated and know these practices and why they're secret and the requirements for them are concerned. So I give my prayers on to the family. I am so sorry for the loss of her son, who is mourning his mother's death because of this horrible situation. If they happen to see this video, or anyone from the family happens to see this video, and you guys are still looking for answers, I do know somebody that you can get in touch with that is a traditional priest, and they can do spiritual divination to answer your questions. He's very professional. He's been doing this for a very long time, and he is initiated himself and allowed to do this work. So if you would like to get more information on what happened to your mother and you would like to try getting that information from spirit, please inbox me, contact me, and I will get you in touch with him. His name's Akundum, and he can definitely get you the answers that you need. So just let me know. I am here for you. I pray for you. I wish your mother a peaceful and smooth passing on to the realm of the ancestors, and I pray for your strength, your comfort, and your support during this process. Ashe.
Hey TikTok, so this is just an update on the Dana Jackson story that I have been seeing making its round here on TikTok, and I haven't seen anyone talk about this part, so I thought I would touch base on this. Particularly, this story touched me a lot because she and I story are quite similar, but I am of Haitian descent. I'm not sure if she is, as it didn't really say if she was or not Haitian. So I did find out that the initiation process was successful. They did post the pictures of her with her, colliers and whatever, which means that she did successfully make it. The cross stuff. And so we have that picture. I'll show you guys. So it kind of changed my perspective, because in the beginning I was like, okay, maybe she, something went wrong during the process. It seemed that wasn't the case. So now it's coming down to, but you guys have to remember, there's a lot of times where people get initiated for certain sicknesses. You have people that have initiated babies, like toddlers, because they have certain issues, or you have people that get initiated for, they just want to know. And this is where a lot of foreigners come in. They just want to know the secret, write books, make their money. And then you have the true people who are called for this, who can heal people and do the whole works. Seeing that she was researching this for over 4 years, I would say she did feel like she was called. But what people fail to understand, the voodoo is so vast, and there's so many positions that could be for you. You don't necessarily have to be an initiated mumble. You feel me? There are, and I want to say this, initiation is really popular in the, I'm not going to say it's not on other parts, but the most popular areas would be Port-au-Prince, Jacquemin, like on that side. But other places are not even familiar. There's Haitians who don't even know what a kanzo is. I'm so serious about that. So if you feel like you're being called towards this, because even though we all come from, African descent, so this might be somewhere in your lineage, you just don't know. And that calling, because that happened to me. I grew up in Christianity my entire life. I did not know anything. I was a Christian, and then the way I was called, it was just no escaping. Even if you're called or not, you can find a mumble for the right price that will initiate you. And that's why you see a lot of white people now are initiated, springing the stuff around. Voodoo has become before I got initiated, it was like it was holding tight. Personally, the guy that initiated me, took him about 3 years before he was ready to take me to the last step of becoming an initiated mumble. And this is why you have to choose wisely, because you can finish getting initiated, and there's a lot that comes with it. If you get initiated, you get it, and you don't even know how to use it. So just an update, she did actually make it out alive. I do feel like she may have had underlying issues, and this is where it's on the mumbles part, because we need to learn and stop being money hungry and do our due diligence on these people, background, health, and everything like that, because it's a draining process, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, that it's going to take a toll on the body. You feel me? So as Ungans, Mambos, we need to take it upon ourselves, because now your image is tarnished. You feel me? Maybe not with the Haitians, but if you had more clientele, if it was me, I wouldn't go. But I just feel like we need to do our due diligence now, and having people bring their health records. Hey, this is really, really, really sad, and I can say, I know the happiness she felt, getting ready for this, and unfortunate that it possibly could have really been an underlying health issue, because when you look at the interview with her son, he really didn't deny her having any health issues. He was like, he just want peace. If that was my mom, and I know she was never sick, and y'all sending these stories to me, I would have been turning up. So I do feel, all in all, as sad as it may seem, and I know it's voodoo, so nobody really want to hear the sounds like she may have had underlying health issues that no one, and voodoo's still going to have to take the L for this one, because we are supposed to be doctors, healers, counselors. We are that for our people. So if we're not doing our due diligence research in order to make these things possible without having deaths, I don't know what to say.
Different Dana Jackson's story is not a well moment. It's not a ha moment. This situation and tragic death is not only devastating to the family, but also the voodoo community. Voodoo as a whole already carries enough demonic weight that it does not deserve. It saddens me and frustrates me to say that when you hear stories like this and you see situations like this, it is understandable why some people would say certain things. Here we talk about the good, the evil, the beautiful, the ugly, the truth, the lies. Of course, there are people who are saying and thinking all types of things because they don't have answers. And even if they did have answers, they would still be people who would twist things. I don't speak for any individual. I speak for myself and I speak for voodoo. Finding genuineness in anything is a diamond in the rough. Don't single out voodoo. Different Dana Jackson went to Haiti for a voodoo initiation, a kanzo, and not a voodoo retreat. We should separate the two because they are very different. The chances of somebody passing away during a voodoo initiation is not 50-50. It is highly unlikely. Know where you're going, know what you're doing, know who you're dealing with. I don't agree with the people that said that different Dana Jackson went to voodoo to perform evil curses. In my opinion, that is the most disrespectful and insensitive thing a person could say about someone who went to go find enlightenment. And you did not know whether their intentions were pure or not because you don't know this woman. But this woman does have a child that is grieving. And for them to have to see that people are now twisting the narrative, twisting the story into making their mother into a monster, shame on you. Those who are called to voodoo, who seek the knowledge, the ability, the skills to be able to manipulate energy to defend themselves or protect themselves and their loved ones, does not mean that these people have bad intentions. More often than not, melanated people who join voodoo are trying to go back to their roots, especially in a system, in a society, in a world that is unfair, unjust, and unkind to those that look like us. I will not defend people in their actions or claim to know their intentions, but I will defend voodoo. Nobody can decide what a person does with power when it's within their grasp, but their selves. You are responsible for your own good or evil. Everybody is looking for a reason to talk and something to blame. And the easiest math is people plus voodoo equals evil. Hi Bobo, I'm glad to see that there are some people who did not miss the point of my video. There are many articles and videos out there that are suggesting that different Dana Jackson went to Haiti because she was an evil woman trying to do curses and hexes on people and ended up getting a curse and hex done to her instead. Terrible misinformation like this only further pushes the narrative that voodoo is only used for evil and is demonic and people who do voodoo must be evil. This article is by far the worst and the most hateful piece of information out there about the situation. You can't be serious. Disease-infested Haiti? This sad and unfortunate incident took place in Jacmel, Haiti. The wilderness where? My biggest issue with people that are speaking on this without knowing the full details is the stories that they are telling in order to get people's attention, or just spewing pure hate and ignorance. This brings about fear-mongering because now you have a lot of people who are looking at the situation and going, well, if I go to Haiti, if I initiate, is this going to happen to me? Am I going to pass away from initiating, from doing a consult? The people that are the loudest about it are not the people who are part of the practice. These are not people who are trying to shed light on the situation. These are not people who love the culture, understand the culture, who grew up in the culture. These are people who are just looking for views, who are telling you a story that is going to be interesting, that is going to sound really scary and interesting. While I am not denying any foul play or not, or addressing the intentions of this whole situation, I will say that this situation does not speak to what voodoo is truly about. This whole narrative about African Americans not belonging in voodoo makes absolutely no sense. This whole talk about other cultures and other people do not belong in voodoo, should not get initiated, should not go to Haiti, makes absolutely no sense. Why are we flip-flopping as if we don't know history? Why are we acting like we're so different after all? Those who are blaming this woman for wanting to go back to her roots are dead wrong. We melanated people should know that voodoo does not discriminate amongst us. First of all, y'all don't know this woman's roots. Hard pill to swallow. I don't care who's gonna be mad, who's gonna be sad, who's gonna be raging. If you can practice voodoo, you can practice voodoo. Wake up. How are we in 2024 and we are more divided? If y'all really truly think that the problem and the cause of her death was because she was African American practicing Haitian voodoo, I strongly encourage y'all to find another reason. Yes, there are elements in Haitian voodoo that is different from other voodoo or different spiritualities, different ATR. But just being Haitian or not is not what determines whether you can practice. This is a bigger conversation, and those who already understand it, you already know the deal. But those who doesn't understand it, I encourage y'all to sit down and learn before you open your mouth and spew things that does not make sense. Where did y'all think that Haitian people came from? Social media Hollywood is already doing enough damage. Why do we need to add on to that? I don't sugarcoat shit. Voodoo's the bad, the good, the evil, the ugly, the sweet, the sour, the clean, the darkness, and the light.
So there you have it, guys. Hopefully I was able to share enough information. As I told you guys early in the video, if you would like more information, to please reach out to the people that are featured in the video. I myself don't know much about voodoo, but I would like to learn just to know, because I do feel like we do need to know what is out there, you know, what are other people practicing, and just be educated on what voodoo is and what is not. I do want to send my condolences to the Jackson's family and everyone that has been affected. I also want to send my condolence and send my thoughts and prayers to the house that she belonged to, because she did belong to a house, and they're currently being demonized and being blamed for her death. And we just have to remember that we do not know what exactly happened to her and why she passed away. And we should not just speculate and just start making up rumors just for the sake of trying to get clicks and views, because there is people that are being affected by this directly. And it's not fair to just blame them just because we're not sure exactly what happened to her. But I will say, like, this be a cautionary tale. You know, you do have to be careful with the company you keep. Just like they were saying in the video, you do have to do divination. You do need to vex people that you're dealing with, because you're playing with your life. You're playing with your soul. And, you know, it's unfortunate that this happened to her and that her son does not have any answers, because, you know, he wasn't into voodoo. You know, he probably don't know much about it, and to hear that it's happened to his mother and not have the answers, and then you have people on social media running their mouth and just creating narratives, just makes it even worse. So hopefully this video was educational enough. Like I said before, just reach out to the people involved, you know, that's been featured in this video, and get more information. But I'm gonna holler at y'all later with something else. All right, bye.